Hey there everybody, it's RudeOnion, and today I am bringing you my Q&A that I posted just about 10 days ago today. I actually think it's 9 days ago today. I'm sitting at about a solid 1,309 subs, so you know, it's not too late, it's not too far over the 1,300 subs, but you know, today I'm going to bring you this. I posted on Twitter that I was going to be answering my questions right now. I got a few more questions on Twitter, so I'll be going through those at the end. I will answer every single question, or I'm hoping to answer every single question that I get. Hopefully this doesn't have to be cut into 2 videos, but whatever, you know, if I post an hour-long video, you guys are going to watch it anyway. I know you are, so it's not going to really matter anyway. Okay, so let's get down to it. First question I'm starting up at the top of the list, so if you asked a question earlier on, that'll probably be down towards the bottom. Gibson Martin wants to know how I came up with my gamer tag. My gamer tag for Xbox and for PS3 and for Steam is RudeOnion. I know it sounds random, and I've actually have this question a few times, I think, so there'll be a few less questions that I have to answer because I'm going to answer it here. Basically, back when I was using the 360 that my dad bought, that my folks owned when I was living with my folks, my brother picked our gamer tag, which was Person of Doom. So when I eventually went off to college, I got my own 360 and I needed to start fresh. I couldn't take that account with me. It wasn't really my account anyway. It was just kind of like the family live account, you know. So I just wanted something that was completely random and something that when people read it would be, what the fuck does that mean? Who is this person and why are they rude and why are they onion? You know? So I came up with it, and back at the time 360 had a feature where it would recommend different gamer tags, and if you put in like a suggestion that was taken, it would recommend similar gamer tags to you, like the same thing but with like numbers and shit at the end that nobody wanted anyway. But they would also have really random ones, like just really funny random gamer tags, and I looked through those and RudeOnion wasn't in there, but that's kind of what, like, reading those random gamer tags, you know, with like food in them and stuff was like Cranky Orange or something, you know. It kind of inspired me to be like, you know what, RudeOnion. It just can't, you know how genius happens. It just kind of comes to you, and that's how I came up with my gamer tag, and it's pretty much what I use for anything that's gaming related right now. I do have other names that I use for other type things, but I'll get to that later because somebody actually asks a question about why my YouTube name is different from my other YouTube. You know what I mean. So I'll answer that when I get to it, which will be fairly soon. Sorry if I fuck up any of you guys' usernames. It's not my problem. That's your problem for having usernames that I cannot easily read. Eridus 67 asks me, what are the favorite places that you would like to visit? They also want to know, do you cook with your favorite meal? And then congrats for 1,300 subs. My favorite place I would like to visit. Honestly, I would really, really love to go to Italy. And yeah, I mean, part of that is due to, you know, Assassin's Creed and stuff. I just want to see so much of that architecture that's still there, you know, in person. I mean, and, you know, as much as the games are, you know, romanticized and exaggerated, you know, versions of the world, a lot of it is as historically accurate as possible, including, like, the buildings themselves and, you know, the dates in which things happened. I mean, Ubisoft tries to stick as close to reality as they can. So I feel like I'd already really know a lot of the buildings, even though I've never been there. So unfortunately for me, my brother, as I'm recording this, my brother is off in Europe on a school trip for 2.5 weeks, and he gets to go to Italy, and he gets to go to Rome, he gets to go to Florence, he gets to go to Venice, and I get to sit at home like the jealous little bastard that I am. So yeah, great for him. I told him he has to take lots of pictures of the canals and keep an eye on the rooftops. Just saying. Do I like to cook? No, I don't cook. My version of cooking is anything I can put in the microwave. Honest to God. It doesn't work out so well for things like chicken strips and chicken nuggets, so sometimes I have to put those in the oven. I don't know, I just have a thing where I don't like hot surfaces. I really don't. I don't like working with the oven. I don't like working with a stove. I like the microwave because I can touch it when it's on and it doesn't matter. It's like magic. So yeah, pretty much anything in the microwave. I'll be honest, nobody asked me this, but like my favorite food, popcorn. My favorite food is popcorn, and you make it in the microwave, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. What is your favorite meal? Oh, popcorn. The butterier and saltier, the better. No, I mean, I like pizza. I like steak. I'm not really that picky. I like Chinese food. I like Mexican food. I've had Indian food. Japanese food. Oh my god, I love like the Japanese steakhouses, the hibachi. Oh my god. If you've never been to hibachi, you have to go because it's amazing. Let's see. Patrick wants to know if I like chicken. I do like chicken, actually. Nuggets, tenders, baked, fried, pretty much anything. Except my mom was in China. My mom has to go to China for work periodically, and she's had chicken feet. And I mean, she eats stuff like that they offer her, so she's not, you know, she doesn't want to be rude. But, you know, chicken, how appetizing can chicken feet be? I mean, aren't they all like scaly and like talony? Ew, I don't know. She's actually showed me a picture as she took of soup, and there is a chicken foot coming out of it, and I swear to God, it looks like a human hand. And that shit is freaky, okay? I don't care if it's chicken. Anything reaching out at you from a bowl of soup, you do not eat. There should be a law against that. You don't eat if something is reaching out of the soup at you. So, okay, so I pretty much eat pretty much any part of the chicken except for the goddamn feet. Or the heads. That's a whole nother story. Alright, the Bisix? Sorry. Wants to know, what is your favorite video game and why? And a number of people asked me questions like this. So, it's hard to choose. You know, I have my favorite video game franchises. I can't necessarily narrow down the best video game. I mean, they all have the best things. I mean, there are video games that I think have like the best multiplayer, and then there are games that I think have the best story, but maybe they don't pull off, you know, like the technical aspects quite so well. A couple of my favorite franchises, though, I'll say definitely Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 2 being the greatest, bar none, of all of the other Assassin's Creed games. So Assassin's Creed 2 is way up there. Portal and Portal 2 are two of my absolute favorites. The Thief games are way up there, and BioShock. You know, especially the first one and the third, you know, BioShock Infinite. Although I love the second one too. A lot of people did not. I did. I still loved the second one. It really did just kind of feel like more of the first one, which I love the first one, so I was completely happy with more of what was ultimately the same sort of thing. So, you know, I really like that. So BioShock, Assassin's Creed, Halo is up there too. Halo, the first game especially, was one of the best games that I've ever played. So, all right, Halo, Portal, BioShock, Assassin's Creed, and Thief. And I know that sounds like a lot, but those are definitely my favorite franchises out there, and there are a lot more that I enjoy. So, you know, take that. Because I can't answer what my favorite one game would be, because it's impossible. Flavian78 wants to know, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? And I kind of said, you know, I would love to visit Italy. Another one, Germany. I would absolutely love to go to Germany. My family on my dad's side and part of my mom's side is German-Polish, and this question comes up again later. German-Polish, so, you know, I have family history in Germany. And my parents went to Europe a year after I was born. They did not take me, which I've never forgiven them for, because at least I could have said that I've been there. I've been there. I can't say that. Now my brother can say that, my parents can say that, pretty much everyone in my goddamn family can say that, except for me. But yeah, I've heard fantastic things about Germany, that the people there are amazing and really, really friendly. and you know, just all around good things, just really good things. So I would love to go there. Plus I would love to see the musical Starlight Express in Bochum, Germany. So yeah, that would be another reason why I really want to go, because I love that show. I love musicals too, you know. It's there you go, something new about me. I like musical theater and theater in general. It's pretty awesome. Carlos wants to know, what about a vlog? What about a vlog? What about a vlog? M. Videtch wants to know, favorite way to eat onions, such as fried, baked, or with steak. Well, here's a little secret for you that it's not really a secret because I've said it on a video before. I think it was my interview with Christian Knox. I don't like onions. I hate onions. I will eat them though, since I can actually answer this question, because I will eat blooming onions and onion rings. Those are amazing. I think it's because the fried part of it makes it so that the onion itself isn't so noticeable. I won't eat onions on burgers or like in salads or anything. Like, I don't like regular onions. So I guess even though I say, you know, I don't like onions, I will eat blooming onions and onion rings. So that would have to be my answer. What would be the best way to gain an onion's trust? Well, you know, what you have to do is really get down there through the layers, because onions have layers. Kind of like ogres have layers. So, you know, what you'd have to do is actually kind of dig down there deep and like gain their trust from within. And that's how you would do that. Have you ever played Final Fantasy? No. Would a Bugs Bunny perk where you put your finger in the barrel of the pistol if the shooter is too close and cause him to shoot himself in the face enhance the AC multiplayer experience? Yes. Yes, it would. That would be the single greatest addition to multiplayer if they were to do that. If instead of stunning somebody while they were aiming a pistol at you, you shoved your fingers into the barrel and it exploded and fired back into their face, that would be awesome. I don't care what other changes they made to the multiplayer. I don't care if Smoke Bomb paused every single person in the game. I would buy that game just because of that. If you could choose between world peace or having Pokemon, what would your starter be? My starter would be Pikachu, like from Pikachu Yellow. Because that was actually the first Game Boy game that I ever had, was Pikachu Yellow. And, you know, yeah, Pikachu. And Pikachu's adorable. I mean, who doesn't like Pikachu? So, my starter would be Pikachu. Will you do a vlog where you do the cinnamon challenge? No. No, I will not do a vlog where I do the cinnamon challenge. I prefer not to have cinnamon end up all over my keyboard. Or all over me. Or all over anyone else. So, no. No, but if you guys don't know what the cinnamon challenge is, look it up. Better yet, go to, what was that website? Know Your Meme. Go to Know Your Meme. And they have a video all about all the different memes. And they have one for cinnamon challenge. So, yes. Do that and educate yourselves. R21907 wants to know hobbies other than gaming. They do not exist. Actually, they do. Like I said, musical theater, or theater in general. I love watching movies. You know, I mean, I don't call myself a movie buff because I don't watch, like, a lot of old movies and stuff like that. But I love seeing new movies. Like, just recently I saw Star Trek, the second one. I mean, the second, obviously the newer, since they restarted the movies. I don't like old Star Trek. It came, you know, when I was young, Star Trek was an old person show. That was the show my parents watched. You know, it was stuffy and boring. So, but since they came out with a new one, it's a little bit, I know Star Trek fans are going to hate me, but it's a little bit more like Star Wars, you know, just, I mean, in terms of like more action, you know, and it keeps my attention better. I hate to say that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't mind the show so much now, but it has that, what do you call it? It has that feeling for me that I'm not going to like it and that it's old and stuffy and boring. So I probably wouldn't let myself like it even if it wasn't so bad. Otherwise, I love to read. I don't read probably as much as I used to, but when I was a kid, I had a pretty awesome vocabulary, actually. You know, above average, like, reading level. Books are pretty awesome. I especially love Dan Brown. You know, the Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, all of those books. And it doesn't even have to be the ones in that series, but his other books as well. I love them. I love every single one of them. And he just recently came out with a new one. And I'm so excited because now I have to go to Barnes & Noble and use up my gift card that I've had since like forever and buy it. This probably doesn't count, but I also love books that are based on video games. Like the Halo books are really, really good. The Gears of War books are really, really good as well. So, yay! Will you ever play Call of Duty? No. Actually, in the new Call of Duty, with the dog and everything that you saw if you watched the Xbox One reveal for the upcoming Xbox One, which I'm not even going to get started on now. I'm going to release a video probably later down the line where I'm going to rant and rant and rant about how much the system is going to suck. But anyway, they announced the new Call of Duty, which was a huge, absolutely huge surprise. Nobody at all expected them to announce a new Call of Duty game for Xbox or for anything. But they're talking about how there's going to be a dog in the game, and Kotaku ran a poll saying, you know, what do you think is going to happen with the dog? You know, do you think the dog's going to get offed? You know, do you think, you know, the dog's going to get like injured and then you have to like take revenge? Yeah, whatever. I had a poll, and one of the poll answers that I answered was, you're almost going to die, but then in a twist turn of fate, the protagonist that you were playing as dies, and instead you take control of the dog and wreak revenge. I would absolutely play that game. That would be the first Call of Duty game that I buy, if you actually got to play as the dog. So, no, I don't play Call of Duty now. I've only ever played, I think, World at War for like 2 days, and then I found out that if you're playing co-op, you couldn't save it, which was fucking retarded. You can't save the game if you're playing co-op. So, I only played it for a few days with my brother, and that was partially because Kiefer Sutherland had a voice in there, and I love that man, so yeah. But otherwise, no, I don't play Call of Duty, and I don't plan on playing Call of Duty. Duty. The Mopsud wants to know, what country am I from? I am from the US. Yay! Land of the free, home of the brave. Yep, I'm from the US, lived here my whole life. So, although I've lived in a few different states. So, yay, I love my country, I love living here. Jake Rocks wants to know, do you think that Rosa from Assassin's Creed 2 is a perfect match for Ezio than his wife Sophia from ACR? They go on to explain, I just prefer her a lot, mainly because Rosa knows how to climb walls and stab people, and she completes Ezio. Well, actually, neither of them are perfect for Ezio, because way back when it was just Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood hadn't even come out yet, I used to write stories. Yes, I wrote fan fiction of Assassin's Creed. And the thing is about mine is that I always like to go, base it off canon as much as possible. And I mean, I don't write now too much because videos takes up so much of my time. But up until recently, up until AC3, pretty much I was writing a lot, and I like to, like I said, base it off canon and real history as much as possible. But back when it was Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio didn't have any specific love interest. So for that, me and my friend created Ari, or Ariana, but we always called her Ari. And I'm sorry to say, but Ari is even more the perfect match for Ezio than Sophie. So yeah, I mean, God, I think she was what was she? She was a courtesan, but they started getting more attached to each other. Well, I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to talk all about it here. I have my stories, damn it. You can read them on DeviantArt. But, so, yeah. Ari is perfect for him. But after her, I really like Sophia. I do. Rosa is fine. I had nothing against Rosa, but I don't know. I just couldn't shake the feeling that she was just kind of like another fling, just pretty much all of his his romantic interests were, you know, and that's what I love about it, so yeah. Caddy wants to know, is there any other multiplayer games you would consider playing other than Assassin's Creed? Well, I used to play Halo Reach online a lot. I played Halo 3 online some, but then once Reach came out, I got really into it because I loved Firefight, and I had my, like, a set of friends that I would play. We played, like, I almost want to call it Manhunt. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Team Slayer. I actually really liked Elite Team Slayer a lot because everything just felt more fast-paced, even more fast-paced than Halo normally was. I loved it. We played some big team, but I never really got into big team battle. A lot of Firefight. I mean, even in ODST we played Firefight, which was completely different. It was a completely different beast from how Firefight got to be in Halo Reach. It was actually stealth to it in a way because you weren't invincible. You know, you weren't hugely strong, you know, you were an ODST, so it was a lot more like hiding, waiting for your shields to recharge, and then being, you know, selective with what enemies you engaged because you didn't want to die. So I have played, you know, Halo quite a bit. Otherwise, multiplayer, I played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption, like their free roam type thing, but I came across asshole players who would just kill you, even though I'm just out exploring, trying to get something better than the fucking donkey to ride, and, you know, you just get killed, and then you spawn close to them, and so I was just in an endless cycle of death. Over and over and over, and I don't think I ever played that online again. Although Red Dead Redemption was an amazing game. So, you know, I'm not opposed to playing other multiplayer, it's just nothing else has really caught my attention too much. I'm mostly a single player story gamer more than anything else. Delpit wants to know, do you have a phobia? I don't have a specific phobia, but there's a few things that I've been more afraid of than others. And one of them are those creepy ass, they're called domestic centipedes or silverfish. I hate them. They're basically like spiders, but they're elongated and they're furry, and they're the most disgusting thing known to man. And I hate them. I hate them. If I ever see one, and they have gotten in, like when I lived with my folks, they would get in the basement, you know, because it's a cool place, you know, that's what draws them in. We get them from time to time, like not like an infestation or anything like that, but once in a while, like during the warmer season to fall, you'd see one just running across the floor, and I'd freak out. My dad has had one on his hand by accident. My brother has had one on his foot when I was right next to him, and he jerked his foot up and it flew at the cat, which was hilarious. But when I see them, I spray them with Raid until they die, until they're actually coated in white like snow, and then they die horrible, excruciating deaths. And then I vacuum them up because I do not touch them. I do not get close enough for them to touch me. I hate them. The second thing is that I don't like storms. It's gotten better, but I mean, of course, ask anybody. Anybody's going to be afraid of a tornado. Nobody is going to be like, oh, I mean, people would think, oh, cool, you know, tornadoes are powerful and stuff. You don't want to be close to one, though, when it happens. So, you know, by that account, everyone is afraid of tornadoes, but it was so bad when I was a kid. I would start hyperventilating if it was just storming. And, you know how, like, in high school and middle school, for me it was mostly middle school, you have tornado drills. And they would come on the loudspeaker saying, you know, we're going to have a tornado drill. You know, obviously it's not real. Just go to your assigned location, blah, 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 and it'll be over. And they, you know, they planned that. Because by law, they have to go through a certain number of them a year, and fire drills too. Well, once the tornado alarm started going off, I would start freaking out, even though I knew that it wasn't real. So I would actually get to the point where I was shaking. Like, my hands would literally, you could see them, my hands would be shaking. I would be pale, and I would just be freaking out until it was over and we were all back in our spot. Like, I would just keep looking at the windows being like, okay, it's bright and sunny, it's bright and sunny, it's bright and sunny. I hated them. When I was little, I used to love storms, and then we had a tornado scare where we had to go into the area under the stairs at my house and my dad was gone. My dad was living in Chicago at the time, like for work. He was like moving there temporarily and then coming back every few weeks and then having to go back. So he was gone. It was just me and my brother and my mom and my cat. And I don't know what it was. I just felt traumatized. I mean, we were never in any huge danger. You know, we went under the stairs, but then everything was fine. It's just, it had this effect on me where I don't like storms. And now, you know, it's not so bad. When it thunders and lightnings outside, I don't start freaking out. But I have had it where I've been in places where tornado alarms come on and stuff, and I'd start panicking, just absolutely panicking, hyperventilating, the whole shebang. So yeah, I'd probably have to say storms, and those fucking goddamn centipedes. Kitty Uber wants to know, do you love cats? I do love cats. I have two. Well, I have had two of them. My cat Sammy died when she was 18, so that was a few years ago. So I was horrible for several days. But yeah, that was my first cat. I got her when I was like 5. Right now I have Skittles, who's the love of my life. And so yeah, you know, I mean, I love cats. I would like to have more cats, but I live in a 3-bedroom apartment, and actually we're going to have a new roommate move in pretty soon. So we'll actually have 3 roommates again. And she's going to bring her cat. So we're gonna have 3 cats in a like 3-bedroom apartment with a hallway and a little kitchen area and a living room. I don't know how that's going to work. It's not a lot of space, but thank God cats are kind of good with that. You know, you don't need tons and tons of space for a cat. Okay. Let's see. Santosh wants to know, my question is, what is your favorite Assassin's Creed game in the Assassin's Creed series till now? And what is your all-time favorite game? Okay, so Assassin's Creed. Best Assassin's Creed ever was Assassin's Creed 2. Hands down. Plain and simple. Assassin's Creed 2. And my all-time favorite game, well, I answered that already. With several franchises. Shut up. Bretgens? Do a face cam, please. That's not a question. That is a statement, and I do not reply to statements, seeing as this is a question and answer video, not a statement. And I don't know. Not a statement video. You did not follow the rules. You do not pass go. Okay, I'm not even gonna continue with that. Thank God. I think that's the last one. Hi, my question to you is how and what got you interested in Assassin's Creed Saga? Also, when will you do a live commentary showing your face? LOL. Why do you people do this to me? Okay. What got me interested in Assassin's Creed in the first place is actually a long story, and wow, we are going on half an hour. We are going on half an hour here. But what the hell? I'm just gonna do the whole thing. So there. It's probably gonna be long, but you know, deal with it. Alright, so what got me interested in Assassin's Creed in the first place? Actually, you already know that I was really into the Thief games. And on one of the Thief forums, when the first game was coming out, somebody posted a topic on the Thief forums talking about this new game and how it was going to use social stealth in order to sneak up on your target with them not knowing who you are. You know, basically using stealth, not the same rules of like hiding in the dark and being silent and all of that sort of thing, but like, so, you know, social stealth, like what Ubisoft talks about and what the games used to be about, but that's a whole nother issue. So actually loving Thief was what got me into Assassin's Creed in the first place. I got that game for Christmas. It was on my Christmas list, so I got it the year that it came out, and I had a love-hate relationship with it. I mean, I loved the first game. Yeah, it was very repetitive. It had its issues that Assassin's Creed 2 fixed, like every single one of them. But I still loved it. I did, enough that I've completed the whole thing like about 2 or 3 times. So that's what got me into it in the first place. I'm not planning on doing a vlog or live comm with my face. First off, I don't have a webcam, so I can't really do one. So that's my excuse. I don't have my laptop. My laptop died. So in the meantime, I do not have a webcam at all. So sorry. Not really. I'm not sorry at all. I don't want to do one. JJ Dante JJ wants to know, let's see here. What do you look for in a video game? Story, multiplayer, or both, or just the game to be fun? Well, I won't play games for the most part that are multiplayer only, unless there's something about it that really appeals to me, but, you know, general rule, I won't. It has to have a single player mode. It has to have an interesting story. Yeah, I mean, characters that are interesting, you know, characters that actually have some level of characterization. And, you know, I mean, BioShock is a great example. I love the BioShock games, especially in Infinite. So, I mean, and I'm not saying all games have to be like that, how all games don't have to have some major twist, you know, or anything like that. That's fine. Even like Portal, you know, a game with a simple idea, you know, of the portal gun and puzzle solving, you know, but that actually has story twists in it too, you know. I love that. I do. Not every game has to have that, though. It just, for the most game, it has to be enjoyable. And there are games, too, where the story maybe isn't, you know, the best thing about the game, but I still really, really enjoy it. Because it's enjoyable. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say story to a certain level, but then it just has to be fun, too. You know, I mean, that's another big thing. There are plenty of games, like I said, that I don't necessarily play for the story, but I enjoy it. Let's see here. Los. Hey, Los wants to know why the YouTube name Kovitlak instead of RudeOnion. Well, alright, so Kovitlak was my name before I had RudeOnion. Well, it was my, you know, username before I had RudeOnion. I've had it on a number of different forums, including Kotaku. So on Kotaku, my username is Kovitlak. Actually, before that, it was Vortex. I use the name Vortex a lot. And I've got to some sites where Vortex was taken. So I actually put it into a language translator, and it came up with Kovitlak, which is like Croatian or something. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It was years and years and years ago. It was where it came you know, across as the same idea. Well, I've had people since correct me. I've had people think that I spoke that language because of my name, which, you know, it's a fair assumption. No, I just think it sounded cool. I don't speak Croatian or whatever it was. Something with a C. Oh, damn it. But I've had them say, it's more like the male form of it, not so much the female form of it, and you should change it. And I'm like, well, that's the name now. It's too late to change it. That's what I go by. That's what I go by on DeviantArt as well. If you ever want to look me up on DeviantArt, it is under Kovitlak. I have a lot of art, and I have a lot of stories on there as well. But like I said, when I got my gamer tag, I couldn't use Kovitlak because I used that as, like, I don't remember. Like, I had made the gamer tag, but then I couldn't get into it anymore, or I don't know. It was some weird, complicated business, like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. But that's when I went with RudeOnion instead. So when I made my channel on YouTube, originally I was under Kovitlak. RudeOnion wasn't even, like, invented yet. But then RudeOnion became my gamer tag, so then I decided to post videos more under that name instead of Kovi. But I mean, I've had people on YouTube call me both. I don't care. You can call me Rudy. You can call me Ronion. You can call me Kovi or Kovit. I don't care. Pretty much call me whatever you want. I do. They also want to know, they're going to have showdowns here between different characters. Who is better, Vizier or Coyote Man? I can't answer that because neither is better than the other one. Most of you know the Vizier is my favorite multiplayer character from Assassin's Creed Revelations, and Coyote Man is my favorite from AC3, so there can be no winner. You know, they're both like the most epic multiplayer characters ever, so if they were to get in a fight, the fight would go on until the end of time. Either that or it would be an absolute stalemate and nothing would happen. I don't know. Either way. Nobody would triumph over the other one, is what I'm trying to say. Courtesan or Lady Maverick? I didn't play ACB a whole lot back in the day. You gotta understand, the multiplayer for Assassin's Creed came out right about the same time as BioShock 2 came out. And everybody knows how that multiplayer ended up being. Like, not like really, really bad, I guess. So at the time, I was thinking Assassin's Creed multiplayer is never going to work, because I was a fan of the games themselves, and like I said, it came out at a time where every single game and its cousin was including multiplayer, and a lot of it was crap. So, you know, at the time, I had zero hopes really for the Assassin's Creed multiplayer, so I didn't really give ACB that much of a chance until ACR came out and I started getting into it with some of my friends. I did play some ACB, and you know, from watching my videos now, I am trying to go back into it and understand it a little bit better than I used to. So I didn't really have that much of a connection with the courtesan. I know she was in ACR too, but everyone else always picked her. So I don't know, I might have to actually go with the Lady Maverick, and I know King, you're going to kill me. I like her fine. I don't dislike either of them, really, for the most part, and I don't love either of them. Lady Maverick has cool customization though, and the courtesan in ACR was not given that, which sucks. I know in Brotherhood she had some. But still, the customization in that game was not to the level that it is now, or even was in ACR. So, I don't know, maybe just Lady Maverick because I can customize her and whatever. Corsair or Redcoat? That one's easy. I hate the Corsair. I hate the Corsair, and I hate her stupid butt taunt that everyone always fucking gives her. I hate it. So, Redcoat. Even though the Redcoat's not my favorite either. Independent or Vanguard? Well, the Independent. I like the Independent. I actually do quite a bit. The Vanguard I was never a fan of at all. Trickster or Heliquin? I have to go with Heliquin because I'm pretty sure I am like 96.7% sure that the Heliquin was the first multiplayer character that I ever played as. Because ACB was still the first multiplayer that I played. I did try it. I just didn't really get into it. And I know I had the Heliquin right away because I got the Uplay. I unlocked the Uplay thing during the single player. So I am very confident that Heliquin was actually, and I actually do have like a specific like moment in my head that I remember playing as the Heliquin. So I'm very sure that the Heliquin was actually the first multiplayer character that I played as for Assassin's Creed. So I like her. She's cool. I love the attack where she jumps over them like with the splits, knifes them in the back, and then like hits them with her butt. I like that one. That one's funny. Alright, so that's it for those questions. Shattering Glass wants to know, here she explains, I am very interested to know the appearances of the people I meet online, and I'm especially knowing what the people who I play AC look like, blah blah blah. What do you look like? What's your ethnicity? How tall are you? Do you have long or short hair? What's the color of your hair? Skin, eyes? Yes, I do have skin. And I have eyes too. I won't be a smartass. Better yet, post a photo. Well, I'm not going to post a photo. I have a picture of myself in my avatar. In case you haven't noticed, apparently not. But it's my avatar on YouTube, and it is my avatar on Twitter as well. So there you go. What do I look like? I'm white. I'm actually a little bit pale, but I consider myself pale, but compared with a number of my friends, many of whom are also, more European descent even than I am, they're more pale. On my mom's side, half of my mom's side is Mexican, so I am basically German Polish / Mexican. So I have the dark hair. The dark hair I get from, Mexican side of me mostly. I have blue eyes, which I get from my dad, so it's from my dad's side, from the German side. So, yeah, my hair's, it's kind of like a mousy brown, but I do like to put highlights in it from time to time, and I've put honey highlights and I've put auburn highlights in it, so it's fun. I like doing that. It's just, it's really expensive because my hair gets pretty long. It has gotten pretty long. Right now it's more like to like my shoulder blades, but I've had it almost down to the middle of my back before, and for quite some time too. It's just it gets like all split ends and yeah. I like long hair though, I really do, so that's why I've had it long for so long. How tall am I? I'm like 5'3" or 5'4". I mean, I'm not real tall, but I'm not real short either. So, yeah. I've pretty much already answered skin and eyes. So, yay, that's what I look like for the most part. Hi, Hidjus. When will you show us your face? I will show you my face when you idiots stop asking me these fucking questions. I'm not yelling just at you. When you guys stop asking me questions, maybe I'll consider it. But that's it. Did you go to college and what did you study? Yes, I went to college for 4 years and I got my degree in graphic design with a minor in like digital media, new media, mass comm, that sort of thing. And then when I graduated, I went to the local tech school and I did 2.5 years in video game design. Which I'm still waiting on my degree, but according to everyone there, I have everything done. So that should just be kind of a matter of time until everything goes through and I get my diploma shipped to me, because I'm not going to go through graduation all over again. I already did that once from like an actual university, you know, so I'm not going to go through all that again. I'm done. So I'm thinking of maybe in the future taking some more drawing and art classes, because I really love drawing and I would love to do concept art for video games. For indie video games. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what I've studied. I might do that, but I don't think I'm gonna go for another degree. I mean, if you think about it, I've already been in college for 6.5 years. I'm done. No more school. I don't want to go to school again. I'm not planning on doing any sort of master's type thing, maybe in the future, but that'll be a while in the future. Who is the best female in Assassin's Creed multiplayer? Well, I don't really get hugely into the female characters in the later games. Like I said, I did like the Harlequin. I liked the Smuggler, and I liked the Damarosa. And if I had to pick one, I would probably say the Damarosa. The only thing is that I don't get to play her very much because it's hard to find people with the 3rd DLC in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, so I don't get to play her very much, but when I do, it's epic. She kills you with her hairpin. You can't get any cooler than that. And then she puts it back in her hair, which is red, and that's kind of gross. But it's still cool. It's still wicked cool. Eric Elizondo wants to know what color hair do you have. I pretty much answered that one already. We're getting down here towards the bottom, but then I still have Twitter questions to do, so this might be an hour long. I might cut it up, or I might have already cut it up. I don't know, because I'm just going with it right now. What's the favorite game you've ever played? I pretty much talked about that. What made you... Oh, here. Anime Wolfie person, something. What made you decide that you wanted to post videos? Well, like a lot of other people... I watched a lot of other people post videos on Assassin's Creed, and I wanted to be a part of that community, you know? I was jealous. I was an outsider looking in. I wanted to be a part of the cool kids club, you know? So I picked up a Dazzle. Like, we had an old recorder that my brother used to record like Halo games onto VHS and whatever, like way back in the day, like in the ancient times. But that didn't work anymore. It was like an old Pinnacle thing. So I ended up buying a Dazzle, and I recorded some very, very bad quality games. The games were fine. I just recorded really, really bad video quality with game audio that would sometimes be there if the Dazzle felt like recording it, and not making it like a whole 3 seconds off from the actual game. That was fun to deal with. But yeah, and then eventually I won my Elgato from Gamer's Beverage from Magnitude X over there, and the rest is history, pretty much. Well, it's all history, actually, if you think about it, but yeah. Emphaeus wants to know what came first, the fruit or the color orange. And when I first read this, it actually made me think of the Dimitri Martin sketch, Jokes with Guitar. And he said, and I hope this isn't like, I don't know, plagiarism or something, but I mean, basically what he just said was, how people were getting lazy when it came to naming fruit. He's like, well, what do we call these? Well, they're orange. Let's call them oranges. Well, what do we call these? Oh, shit. Long pointies? And I just had to laugh so hard because I love that. So clearly the color came first, and then humanity, as we know it, was extremely lazy and continues to be extremely lazy in some cases, and called oranges oranges. And after that, they didn't know what to do, so then they just gave them unique names. So, yes. Do vegetarians eat animal crackers? No, they do not, or else they are hypocrites. How do you throw away a garbage can? Well, clearly you have to put the garbage can into a larger garbage can. Hopefully Hopefully it's a small garbage can that you're throwing away, but if it's a big one, you have to put it in like one of those big old garbage bins. That is how you properly throw away a garbage can. So I hope that I've answered your questions, Ampheos, and you can now sleep at night. Jello Cool 97 wants to know everything about my credit card. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't have a credit card. Sorry. Now, if you asked to know everything about my debit card, of course I would be, more than willing to just, tell you everything about it. It's kind of bluish and it has shiny numbers on it. But yeah, you didn't ask about that. You asked about credit card, which unfortunately I do not have. So sorry. You and the 6 people who upvoted that comment will have to be disappointed with that. MealX6013 wants to know, do you think the Assassin's Creed YouTube community is dying? No, actually I don't. I mean, I think that the multiplayer itself and everything has seen better days. I think the community, I mean, it's hard to say. I don't want people to get mad at me. I think, the multiplayer itself has definitely seen better days, and I think there's a lot of issues with that, but you didn't ask me about that, so I won't get all into it. I actually think the community on YouTube is thriving more. There's more people posting Assassin's Creed, I would say. I've seen, even since I started, which was not even a year ago, to date. It will be a year in like July or like late June or July. But it's, there's a lot more people. I've seen a lot of people start making videos and stuff during my, if you want to call it like lifetime on YouTube, so I've definitely seen a lot more people start joining. The only thing is that I've seen a lot of people who like joined before me or joined alongside me start to not want to post Assassin's Creed anymore, and it's the same thing with me too. I've been posting BioShock, which I'm almost done. I'm almost finished posting every single episode of BioShock Infinite that I recorded. I'm doing other games, some Resident Evil 5. I'm gonna be posting Dishonored here pretty soon. Some more Gears of War Judgment. It's getting increasingly hard, I feel, and it's to do with the game. To record good matches just because of everything that happens. And again, I'm not going to get all into that because there's a lot of controversy surrounding why the game is what it is. But I mean, you can't deny a lot of people are leaving the game. A lot of YouTubers are posting things other than Assassin's Creed. So people who used to post a lot of Assassin's Creed before, and I could name names, but I'm sure you all know who they are. So, so I wouldn't say that it's dying. And if it wasn't for the people leaving, including myself, people kind of leaving Assassin's Creed, I wouldn't say that it's thriving either. It's just kind of is. Hopefully Assassin's Creed 4 will have a better multiplayer, or it'll fix some of the issues that we've been experiencing, and that'll change, and you get more people posting videos and stuff. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I hope it does. JJ. You already asked a question. You don't get to ask another one. Fine. Maybe it's been answered, but why the name RudeOnion? Oh yeah, so I pretty much did answer that one. The Mighty Sin wants to know, are you a sinner? Well, I am a sinner, because I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I am a sinner. I play my music in the sun, I'm a joker, I am a smoker, but I'm not a midnight toker. I toke during the day, damn it, like any good God-fearing Christian. I toke during the day, not at midnight. Jackie Pack wants to know my question. What tips do you have for a new amateur uploader who maybe wants to commentate in the future? Cough, cough. Well, I've posted, I actually have a video that I posted some time ago that you should really watch. And anybody else who's interested in, I think, posting YouTube videos should watch. Called RudeOnion's Easy Tips and Tricks for Starting Your Own YouTube Channel, or it's something like that, something to do with that. And I mean, I'm not saying, oh my god, I have all the answers, and because I had, at the time, I probably had like just over 1,000 or something subs, because I have 1,000 subs, I know the answers to everything. That's, not even close to what I'm trying to say. But I did want to give out just some tips that I had, some things that I had learned and continue to learn on a regular basis. So I will post a link to that one up here. There you go. There it is. Follow that link when you're done watching this video. I'll put it in the description as well. And so definitely check that out. I have some tips on there. If you have any questions after that, feel free to post in the comments. You can ask me anything. You guys can also always send me, I've answered private messages too of people asking, about, questions concerning their channels, or getting partnered, which I'm brand new at that too. So, there are probably better people you could ask about that. But if you really wanted to ask me, anything about my channel, you can. The only thing is that please don't, post comments or send me messages saying, can you look at this video and give me comments on it and stuff. I'm not here to critique or review your videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos as it is, and so if you post an Assassin's Creed video, it's likely at some point I might see it anyway. You are always welcome to send me video responses in any of my Assassin's Creed videos. If you have an Assassin's Creed video that you would like to draw some attention to, I might choose it to be a guest clip. Of course, I watch all of those. So you're free to do that. That's kind of the advertising that I'm allowing you to do on my channel. Free advertising. There you go. So, yeah. I kind of got off tangent with that one, but there you go. Your videos wants to know, what is your favorite character of all the Assassin's Creed multiplayer games? Well, the Vizier and the Coyote Man. As I've said before, yep, those are my two favorites. Don't ask me to pick between the two because you will not get an answer. Alright, we're just about at the bottom here. Auditor 2568 wants to know hair color. I've answered that. Job occupation. I currently work part-time at one of the local hospitals as, well, my technical description is dishwasher, but I do a lot more than that. I serve food on the tray line where the food goes up to the patients. I put the food in the carts as well, and I take the carts up to the floors. And then when the hostesses are done giving out the food and taking orders and menus and stuff, I bring the carts back down, or they bring the carts back down, and I clean. I take the trays out. I, put the dishes through the dishwasher, rinse everything off. It's pretty much, that's my job. I used to work, a few years ago, I worked for 6 years at a time. I worked at the vet clinic, the veterinary clinic, and for 6 years, and I loved it. It was the first job I ever had, and I absolutely loved it. I did. If I got paid more, and if I got more hours doing it, I would absolutely keep doing that and try to work there as much as I could, because that was a great job. Real life Assassin's Creed friends. Well, my roommate, Freaky Pika, plays Assassin's Creed. Not as much as me, but that's going to change when she gets back from her month-long trip. So yeah, she plays Assassin's Creed. I've played some multiplayer games with her, some of them for videos that I've done that you can see on my channel. Otherwise, let's see. I do have some other real-life friends that probably play Assassin's Creed, but you've probably not seen them. Wiz, I definitely consider you a real-life friend, so even though I haven't met you face-to-face yet, definitely consider you a real-life friend, so there's another one. Otherwise, I have a lot of friends on AC that I'm pretty good friends with, and even if I haven't met them in person, I love you guys. I love you guys. Favorite movie? I can't really choose a favorite movie. I have a lot of movies that I like. My video cabinet is just a little ways away, and I can't look in there. It's kind of just pretty much whatever's out recently that I really, really loved. When I was a kid, the Star Wars movies were definitely amongst my favorites for many, many years. Now it's been a while since I saw them, but I'd have to say currently my favorite movie is The Avengers. I love that movie, and I saw it in theaters like 6 times. I think twice at the expensive theater and like 4 times at the cheap theater with various different friends and family members. And then I got it, and I got it pretty much right when it came out on Blu-ray, and I've watched it several times since then, including on my dad's 3D TV. So it's amazing. If you have access to a 3D TV and the movie in 3D, I mean, It's really good. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not a huge 3D junkie. I don't go to movies all in 3D because that shit's expensive. And who really wants to wear glasses while they're watching a movie all the time, unless you already have to wear glasses, and then it's just frustrating to have to put glasses on your glasses. I don't wear glasses, by the way. I have contacts. There's another one. I have contacts that I live in and shouldn't because my eye doctor told me not to, but I do it anyway because I have bad habits. But yeah, so most favorite, like my favorite relatively recent movie is definitely The Avengers. Favorite game? I knew it was leading to that one. I've answered that already. Keith Vandergrift wants to know, if you were a boy for a day, what would you do? I can't really tell you what I would do because I don't really know. But I would tell you what I would not do, and that is I would enjoy not shaving my legs. Or not really having to shave. I mean, shave your face maybe, but I would not have to shave my legs. You know how glorious that would be. Do you? If you're a guy, you don't, because you don't have to shave your legs anyway. But if you're a girl, yeah, you know how glorious that would be to not have to shave your legs. Good times. Good times. Prop wants to know, what's your home address and social security number? You're an asshole. You're such an asshole. My home address is your face, and my social security number is your mom. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. And that rounds up all the questions I was asked on YouTube. However, I see that I have gotten some new ones on Twitter, so I'm just going to hop over there for a second and see what people have asked there since I announced that I was doing this, and we're almost at an hour. Holy God. George wants to know, favorite books and movies. What kind of movies do you like? Well, I pretty much answered that. Favorite books, Dan Brown books, or like video game books that I really like. Movies, I've answered that one. Do you like sports? What kind of sports do you like? I am not a sports person. I rarely watch sports. Sports just don't interest me. That said, I have been to a number of our local teams, our city's hockey team. And I love them. I love going to those games. I find hockey more interesting and easy to follow than football, which I guess would be American football for a number of you. But I just call it football because I like things simpler, easier. And non-American football, I guess, is soccer. So, yeah. Soccer's fine. I don't follow it, though, because they don't have any teams. I'll go to the city's football team too. You know, I like going to those games. But hockey for me is just, it's easier to follow. That said, I don't watch it like on TV or anything like that. I've just gone to local games and I enjoy them a lot. Like, they're a lot of fun to go to. So I guess if I have to pick like a favorite sport or something, it would, I don't know, like competitive ice skating is pretty damn cool to watch too. I mean, you can laugh, you can scoff if you want, but the girls and the guys who do that shit are just amazing. Gymnastics is really cool to watch. Here's another little interesting tip. I was in gymnastics for, it wasn't even a year. I wanted to stay in it more, but at the time I was also doing theater, like musical theater and stuff. And I couldn't do both at the same time because I was in a show, so I had to like momentarily stop with gymnastics, and then I just never got back into it again. But I really enjoyed it. I liked beam the most. I actually have pretty damn good balance, and the beam was a lot of fun doing different maneuvers and stuff on that. So yay, it was fun. I also rode horses, and it's considered a sport. It is more exhausting than you might think, especially the first 2 times you do it. You will be in pain because you're using muscles that you would never ever normally use, and that's a fact too. So you might think riding a horse looks easy, but you're using muscles that don't ever get used. So it is very painful the first couple times you do it. Afterwards, after you're done riding, never ride for more than an hour if you're just starting out, ever. That's something else I did have to stop because it got too expensive to keep up with lessons. But I love riding horses. I was just starting to learn how to jump too, and I had to stop. But so yeah, I'd probably say like some kind of, I don't know, horse riding thing, dressage or something like that. I guess, but I don't get to see that on TV very often. Serial Assassin wants to know, why did you choose the name RudeOnion? Well, I've pretty much done that. A narcissistic prick. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Wants to know my real first name. Well, I'm sorry. My real first name to you is Rude. My real last name is Onion. So you can call me Rudy, that's my nickname. Feel free to do that. And what celebrity / video game character would, I assume, you be in a lesbian relationship with? Well, I actually didn't have to think about this one too long. I love Catherine Zeta-Jones. She is amazing. Like, she's incredibly beautiful. She has curves. She's not like some skinny anorexic little chick, you know. She has curves. She has an amazing figure. She's like, and she's just amazingly talented. Like, she's a singer. Obviously, she's an actress. She's a dancer. She's been on Broadway. I mean, you just watch her in something like Chicago, and she's awesome. I think she's like, she looks the prettiest. I mean, she looks gorgeous anyway, but in a Legend of Zorro with like the long hair and so, I don't know. In the Spanish she speaks. I don't know. I love her. I think she's one of my absolute favorite actresses out there. So yeah, there you go. Have fun with that. I ask, but do you even lift? Do I lift what? Like weights? Because no, I don't lift weights. That's boring. Boring Gamer, hey buddy, wants to know, if you didn't post gameplays, what type of YouTube videos would you make? It's kind of a cheap answer, but I would probably make like the video montages that I've actually done in the past. I did one with I did it with Halo. I did 2 of them with Halo 3. You know, where you take like trailers and stuff like that and you cut it up into different montages, you put it to music. I mean, you know, a lot of different people do those. Those are actually like the first videos that I ever posted on my channel. But yeah, I'd probably, you know, continue doing stuff with that. I also have a couple of my short stories that I've posted on my channel, like where the text comes up on the screen. And I put the stories in the text to atmospheric music and sound effects. And some pictures, you know, like minimal pictures. I've done that for, like I said, 2 of my stories. I have 2 of those up, and they are still up because they do use royalty-free, for the most, you know, music and sound effects. So those are pretty cool. I would probably keep doing those. They're very time-consuming though, which is why I've only done 2 of them. And I never got a lot of people watching them. Obviously, fan fiction isn't everyone's cup of tea, so you know. Plus, I also have a lot of stories that are too long. As it is, I think both of the stories that I've posted are between 15-20 minutes, and I don't know how long people would want to sit there reading text that shows up on a screen and then disappears, and then it shows up and then disappears. So I can only really do stories that are short, and I don't have a whole lot of really, really short ones. Most of mine are a little bit longer. Not like, like novel length or anything like that, but you know, if I had like text come up in chunks and pieces, it would probably take like more than an hour to get through, and I don't think anybody wants to watch a video for that long. Says me, and my commentary is now over an hour. Soracchio wants to know, how rude is RudeOnion really? RudeOnion is very rude. Fuck you. That's how rude she is. That's how rude RudeOnion is. She may come across as being nice, but underneath all of that, she's rude. She's really mean. Menno wants to know, and I think this is my last question. Favorite song? What is my favorite song? Or just music track, and what genres do you typically enjoy? Well, I'm glad you asked. My favorite group to listen to right now is Poets of the Fall, which I got to love through playing Alan Wake when that came out. They did like 2 different songs for the game, like specifically for the game, and then there was another song that was just kind of featured in the game at one point. I love them. I love the main singer. I love his voice very, very much. I recommend, if you're interested, to look up on YouTube their song Carnival of Rust, and it has one of the coolest, absolute coolest music videos I've ever seen. So definitely check that out. They do a varying of stuff. I mean, they do like They do rock. They do like faster, heavier rock, which their song "Children of the Elder God," which was in Alan Wake, you might remember, or maybe not. The part where you fought on the stage. I won't say too much in case you haven't played it, but you fight on a stage, and that's the song that plays. They also do slower songs, like more kind of mid-range rock, and then they do like a number of slow, very smooth, like beautiful, peaceful songs. So, I mean, I love them. I really do. It's my favorite group. Favorite groups in the past have been Smash Mouth. I've always loved Smash Mouth. Since I was a kid, I loved Smash Mouth. That was the music I grew up with in the 90s, you know, so yeah, I love Smash Mouth. But Poets of the Fall is definitely my favorite. Genres, I'm mostly a rock, or like / alternative. I love listening to my dubstep from time to time. I have a Pandora channel, which is dub, so I listen to that like on the way to work or something. I do love that. For the most part, I don't like hip hop. I don't like rap, and I don't like country unless it's like country rock, like Freebird or something like that, or Sweet Home Alabama. You know, that's good. So mostly it's rock. When it's not game soundtracks, I love video game soundtracks as well. So I'm not hugely picky on my music. There's just a few genres that I specifically don't like. Otherwise, I'm pretty open. I mean, if it sounds good, I don't really care what the genre is. I like it. So I think that's it. I think that's all the questions that I've gotten. Sorry if you had a question and you didn't get it in time. It sucks to be you, man. It sucks to be you. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'll do another Q&A when I get another 2,000 subs. All right, get me there and I'll do. That's it. If you want to ask me more questions, you have to get me to see another 2,000. You have to get me to like 3,500 subs, around there, 35 to 4,000 subs, and I'll do another Q&A. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed. This video is now quite long. I definitely enjoyed reading your questions. I enjoyed answering them. I hope you had enjoyed listening to me and watching just some of the simple footage that I've put up. Definitely, if you haven't already by this point, comment, rate, subscribe. I love hearing from all of you. I love seeing comments posted on my channel. I love getting private messages saying, "Oh, I love your channel," blah blah blah. I love getting messages when I'm finding people to play against on 360 and PS3. I actually get that quite often. I'll have people message me saying, "I love your videos." Well, I love getting your messages saying that you love my videos. So I love that more than you probably love my videos. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's probably not true. But I do. I really do love getting your comments. So definitely do that. Subscribing definitely helps. The more subscribers I get, the more subscribers I can get through those subscribers, and so it becomes an infinite thing. I lost where I was. But yeah, so definitely comment, sub, liking helps as well. I love it when you people like my videos. I even love that I have one person who just spontaneously dislikes all my videos, because that makes me feel popular. That makes me feel popular when somebody is like, "Well, it's another RudeOnion video. I hate this one too, even though I probably won't watch it." But that's fine. Like I said, if you're popular enough to have people who really like you, you're probably popular enough to have people who hate you. So it's alright. It's okay with me. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all around later. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye. Oh my god, that was epic. And they lured too. Oh my god, that was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me.